As two Brits who are living in America, we thought it would be fun to take to the internet and ask other Brits living stateside, what are some things that you do now, living in America, that you would never do back in the UK? Here's what they said. Have a concealed and carry in case you come across a nutter that's trying to do you in.
Well, I've never done that.
No, I mean, let us know if you're a Brit who lives in America, have you considered the old conceal and carry, or would you consider it?
I wouldn't know what to do with the thing if I had it.
No.
Oh my God, hang on a minute. Hang on, which side? Well, here it is. Oh, wait a minute.
Because in the UK, you can't carry any type of weapon. I believe that's still the law. I remember we had a self-defense person come into our drama school because a lot of us were from rural areas and then we all moved to London. So they thought, oh, poor little things, we better help them out. And he said, you know, even if, say for example, someone attacks you and you have like a spray deodorant or something, when the police question you later, never say you were carrying it just in case you get hurt.
No.
Because then it's considered a weapon. Just say, I felt around for something in my bag to defend myself with and found the aerosol. You know, you have to be so careful in the UK carrying anything that could, even if it's not a usual weapon, if you're carrying it as a weapon, it then becomes a weapon.
Exactly.
And then you could be arrested.
But it's not the case here.
No, you do need a license, I think, in most places to do it.
Yeah, I think I would need to have some training, and I don't know how effective I would be against a large male assailant.
No, any assailant, really.
No, I think I'd just try and keep talking and bore them to death.
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, that'll work.
If they're trying to kidnap you, they'll bring you right back.
Yeah, I was going to say, this one's far too much trouble.
Yeah. Check for snakes in my flower beds before weeding.
You do have to be careful where you put your hands over here when you're outdoors.
Just in general, nothing to do with the snake.
Yeah, no. Lock the doors every night. Here in the UK, never lock doors.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that. There's a definite need to lock your door in the UK.
I mean, even just to keep drunk people who might accidentally think it's their home out. That happened to me a couple of times in London. Have a drunk person banging on your door thinking it's their house. Go, let me in, Barbara, the key's not working.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
you have to shout
hilarious.
out the window, wrong housemate. Here in America, a lot of people have the double door, like you have your door and then the screen door, which is nice because you can leave it open and ventilate when it's cool enough.
Yeah.
But it's also a security thing as well, having that metal door.
Oh, for sure. What do you do?
Yeah, let us know where you're from and if you lock the door when you're out and if you lock the door when you're in.
A lot of people will say it's like being a prisoner in your own home, but I think nowadays you just need to feel secure.
Yeah, I mean, you can unlock it if you need to.
Yeah, exactly. You
Like-
get out. It's not like, I can't get out, lock myself in. Worry about being shot retrieving something that was accidentally delivered to a nasty, grumpy neighbour's home instead of mine.
Ooh. Well, I mean, I must say here, I've never been worried about being shot by a neighbour. I mean, they're all very nice. I think most of them do own firearms, so they tell us.
Depends what neighbourhood you live in, I guess.
And I think sometimes, you know, people who have a lot of land get very defensive of it. Probably in both countries, but here, you know, physically defensive of it. So, you know, if you had to walk up a long driveway or something, then I can see why people might feel at risk. Brits, let us know. Is this a fear? I know a lot
maybe
of people...
we're naive, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe we should be more careful when retrieving our packages.
In the UK, if you over-defend your property, you could be the one end up in trouble. So you have to be very careful what you do to defend your own property. Shocking as that may sound to Americans.
Walk to my mailbox. I'm surprised Americans haven't embraced the letterbox where it comes straight through the door. I mean, maybe some places might have a letterbox, I don't know, but usually it's a mailbox either at the bottom of your front yard or like in a lot of cases, ours is a couple of streets down. Own 16 firearms, drive a V8, enjoy the warmth and sunshine, feel free and unoppressed, earn 3 times as much for doing less work. The list goes on. I must say it's interesting about this idea of feeling free and unoppressed. There is this idea, obviously, of American freedom that you hear so much about, but just day to day, I wouldn't say I necessarily feel like I have more freedoms here than I would in the UK.
Definitely not. No, I don't.
Not that I can think of. And it's also interesting that they say they're earning more for doing less. I don't think that's the norm either. I think most Americans work terribly hard.
Oh, me too. You don't get away with doing less, and if you do less, you're out of your job.
And that kind of goes against the feeling free because they have a lot fewer rights typically.
Yes, that's true.
And things like benefits, you know, they're not guaranteed.
I think we probably have greater freedom in the UK. I know this is supposed to be the land of the free, but you know, there's still a lot of discrimination. Some areas, you know, anti-women, women's rights, you name it, anti-gay rights. I would have thought we were more liberal and free over there in lots of ways.
I would probably agree, but like when you put it through that lens,
it depends how you're looking at it.
But let us know what you think. You know, if you are living in America, like what other freedoms, I suppose it's the gun ownership, but are there any other freedoms that you feel like you have that you would lose if you went to somewhere like the UK? And vice versa, you know, if you're a Brit who lives here, do you feel more free?
Speak with a stupid accent.
Oh, we do that in both countries. No, I'm joking. I wonder if they feel like they have to imitate the American accent to be understood. And you do sometimes hear Brits say, especially if they speak with a regional accent, that they feel the need to tone it down to be understood.
Yeah, I read something quite disturbing on one of the Brits in America website the other day about this poor woman who was ridiculed at work for speaking in a British accent, in a slight regional accent. Her workers were really putting her down and being really patronising and mimicking and things like that. Most people over here we've found have been lovely. They don't normally say anything that would make you feel that they were being nasty in any way.
There is a lot of mimicking, I think, but it's usually done in admiration, I think, rather than to ridicule. It's usually, oh, I love your accent, and then they have a go.
Yeah.
They're usually completely shameless about that.
Oh,
you know, it doesn't matter how terrible they are, they'll still give it their best shot. The only time I have had a negative experience, and this is only once, I was on the phone to someone in a kind of work scenario. First time I'd spoken to this person, and she stops me mid-sentence and she goes, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, but your accent is completely incomprehensible. Where did you learn to speak English?" It's like, England? But yeah, she was quite shocked when she learned that I was from England. I mean, occasionally you do get people who think, we had someone think that we were French once, didn't we?
Yeah, how did they?
I don't know. They asked us how we said hello in our language and we were so confused.
And we went, hello?
And then it transpired that she thought we were French because she kept going, oh, oui, oui. And
we didn't quite know what was going on at first, did we?
We just laughed politely.
Quite normal to be asked if we're Australian,
yeah,
which I can kind of get, really. But
more so than French.
Yeah, that's the only time I think we've been asked if we were French.
Yeah, but I would say in general that's not something that you come across.
No.
But maybe it depends exactly on the accent you have.
Yeah, let us know if you're British and live over here or visited over here. Have you had any problems with your accent?
Yeah, tell us your stories.
Drive more than 500 miles per week.
Yeah, you might end up in the sea if you drove 500 miles in the UK in one direction.
So that means that he's commuting 50 miles each way, so 100 miles a day.
Yeah, it's a long old way, isn't it? You might do it in the UK, I suppose.
Some people do, but you try not to do it for too long because the roads here, they're more highways, so
you could do 50 miles quicker,
Yeah, for sure.
Drop my daughter off at school in a golf cart.
I would love to see that in the UK.
It'd be so funny.
Can you imagine all the... What does she think she's doing?
Yeah, be like, who does she think she is?
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
Here, a lot of people go short distances in golf carts. My neighbour's a couple of doors down drives his kids around in a golf cart.
Yeah, it's just not really done over there.
No.
I mean, I wouldn't want to drive a golf cart on those windy country roads or on the busy roads either, out where we live. Have an inflatable turkey outside the house.
Yeah, there wouldn't be a lot of call for that, would there, really?
You know, because obviously we have Thanksgiving over here, which we don't have in the UK. And, you know, Americans do like to decorate their homes and yards. Lots of inflatable turkeys and pumpkins and such like.
Very jolly.
Yes, because you go for it, don't you?
We don't have a lot of Thanksgiving decorations, but we do like Halloween and we do like Christmas. We have a few things for Halloween and then we push the boat out for Christmas.
Yeah. Be chatted up by young girls because of my accent, and I'm 3 times their age.
It's interesting, this idea, like, of the younger American girls and the older British gentlemen, like that kind of distinguished British man stereotype that I think a lot of Americans have.
A bit sort of like Hugh Grant, that sort of thing, and that's the sense of humour as well with the accent.
And a bit dapper, you know.
Yeah.
I think that is a stereotype, one of the positive stereotypes of British men in particular.
Well, obviously he's living the life over here, isn't it? I'm sure he won't be going back to the UK anytime soon.
No, just be normal there, wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing. You do miss not being different. Sometimes it's nice to blend.
Yeah.
Other times, you know, you're like,
yeah, it's like, well, you're British, I'm British, what are we going to talk about?
yeah.
If you're a Brit living in America, or an expat from any country really, why not let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Thank you for watching, we really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please give us a big like and subscribe to us on YouTube.